creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, keep my weight to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, losing fit, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on. Cause society's a myth, put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get it off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
All right. Let me see here. Test, test, test. It sounds like it's all right. I think I fixed it. Here we go. Hoping everyone is having a great day today. Bitcoin currently sitting at about 68,400. Definitely sitting in a range right now. We are consolidating. There is no doubt about that. A little bit scary in terms of the structure. We are seeing kind of a stair step down. Hopefully we can break out of that, see a change of character and lead to a little bit of upside. But there's a lot going on right now. Macroeconomic situation. There's obviously tension out in the Middle East. Prayers for everybody out there, regardless. It's there's just a lot going on, right? So not surprised to see maybe a little bit of a risk off appetite right now. But that being said, we're still going to look at the charts. There's still some opportunities out of there. And what should we be looking for is really key to this situation. How can we still find a way to thrive in the environment? That being said, let's get over to the bubbles. First thing we're going to look at here is not me, but there it is, the bubbles. All right, so River is up 29.6%. Pippin is down 28.6%. That's been a big mover each way, honestly. Pippin has just been moving. It's very volatile. Mano is up at 6.6%, so that's divergent from the market a little bit. Near's up 2.7%. XTC up 7.5%. Aptos is up. Is it Chili's? I believe it's Chili's. Yeah, there it is. Chili's is up 4% and Aster up 1.9%. Other than that, I mean, nothing too crazy out there. Some of the I'll say legacy ones like Doge, Dinosaur, I guess they call them. Doge is down 6.7. I think Cardano was down 6.5. Not looking great for Cardano. Solana is down 3.2, XRP down 2.9. So your older ones are all kind of around 3, 4, and Doge and Cardano even worse so. But let's look at the total market cap. Of course, I need to scroll up. There you go. It's at 2.34 trillion. So that is down 0.81%. Fear and greed index is at 20. That is fear. Altcoin season at 34, so that is still nothing too crazy there. Let's see what Bitcoin dominance is at. That's 58.6, so that's actually up a little bit since the last time we talked. Bitcoin, though, is at 68,457. That's down 1.05% over 24 hours, and Ethereum is at 1987. That is down 3.28%, so looks like the altcoins having a little bit of dose of reality here over the last 24 hours. All right. Next thing we got to do is bring up our special guest. You know who he is. He is Mr. Elmer Fudd himself. No. Why is it not playing? Why would it? Why would it? Man, that is disappointing. That is truly disappointing. All right. What happened to my Elmer Fudd, man? That makes me mad. That's always worked. I've never had an issue with it until now. All right. Iraq shuts down the world's second largest oil field, and that is following the Strait of Hormuz closure. Okay, so if you guys don't know, Iran, all right, there is a strait that goes through. I think it's just to the south of Iran, if I can remember correctly. And it's not a huge area, but that is where I believe it's like 18 to 20%, if I remember correctly, of the world's oil flows through that strait down there. So it's a very, very important body of water, and Iran has actually closed that down. That's basically part of what they're doing to retaliate against the U.S. and some of, we'll say, their allies in terms of people that are, I guess, taking a stance on the side or siding with the U.S. or being sympathetic to the U.S. might be the better word there. So that is going to create some issues here, in terms of oil, I won't say production, but the actual distribution of oil, which is going to have effect on prices. And of course, that not necessarily the best, but here nor there. It's part of the ordeal that's going on right now. We know that's going to be part of it, and that's going to be their way to get back just a little bit at the U.S. as best they can. All right, so here we go. Let's go over to the daily Degen. I haven't done this in a while. Let's see what you guys got. You guys are 100% Moon. Got 3 votes in there. Gotta say what's up to the homies. We got my dude Paul. What's up, man? Good to see you in the chat. If you guys don't know, Paul is the dude. Go check him out, man. CBO Trading is absolutely crushing it, man. Good peoples, too. Thank you for being in the chat, man. Appreciate you. HRJ Trading, my dude. He's in here slinging out the signals. He's over in Alex O's Discord, my Discord, but he's doing great things, man. Good dude. Also has a YouTube and a Discord. Check him out. Of course, we got Wick's wife in the house. How you doing, lady? And my dude, DDT. Darren Does Things in here. What is up with you, man? Hope all is well. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me know the audio is choppy. Yeah, I tried to reset it, so it looks like it's sounding better. That being said, who else we got? We got who we got? Who we got? Let me scroll. Why is it not scrolling? Oh, of course we got Alexandra G, the best mod in all of the spaces. All right, so had to get the call outs in there. Always about the homies. Much love to you guys. You are the reason I do it. There's no doubt about it. So back to where we were. Let's go ahead. Let's do a daily DJing. Oh, sorry, giving you guys a sneak peek on the trades there. We've been doing pretty well. We have been doing pretty well. I guess, yeah, since I'm here, I guess I'll show it to you guys. Yeah. Let me scroll down a little bit. Yeah, so that's my last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I can count. 6 trades. So not too bad. Not too bad. I have a couple nice trades in there, $950, $1,000. Those are all realized. But yeah, it's not too bad. And I've just kind of been messing around with how much leverage I'm using and, just different ways of kind of doing the scalp game. But, so far, so good. We are up right now. We started this account. You can see we're at 14,476. So we started this account with 10K. It's looking good right now. That's about, 44%. So pretty good. Let's go over to here, and you guys are now 75% moon. So no takesy backsies at this point. You guys, 4 votes. You're in. It looks like you guys want to take a long position. I'm going to go ahead and send it. I never like seeing red over in the P&L, but that's okay. It's only going to be a small one. We're going to put 5 on it. Let's go ahead and lower this leverage so we're not doing anything too crazy. I know it's called the daily DJ. What am I doing? I'm sitting here like, I don't want to be a DJ. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to put 5 on it. You know it. If you know, you know on that song. All right, so you guys want to go long? Looks like, let's send it. There we go. We'll come back and check on that. Do me well, baby. Do me well. All right, that's not usually how I trade. No TA, just letting you guys, the audience, take a vote, take a whack at it, and we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Don't disappoint me. I'm going to hold it against you, I promise. Let's go over to the liquidation heat map. We'll look at that. We do have some liquidity down below. That makes sense, right? This is your nice little area of support, right? Usually when you see areas of support where you get these bounces, swing lows, you will see liquidity build up below those areas, right? Because what they're doing, they got their stop losses, right? That's where it starts. And then they're just piling in. As they see the price go up, they get more comfortable and they're putting their stop losses below this area here, right? Below where they saw support. And then also there's liquidations that'll occur there, right? So it makes a lot of sense. The thing for me though is I like to get into that early, right? So if I identify an area that I'm looking to trade, I'm trying to be early. So when this happens, I'm like, okay, cool. This is where I'm gonna put my stop loss. But the thing is, like, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting. And if I start seeing stuff like that, I'm out. All right. So, but I usually get out a little bit earlier. I'll be looking for something like, let's say, and this is all hindsight, but I'm just trying to give you something, how I would kind of approach this, how I would look at it. If I'm looking at putting a stop loss around here, like, I'm probably looking at something like this, and I'm saying, okay, cool. If we were to push up, like I would probably exit somewhere around there or maybe around VWAP. I'm not going to, I guarantee you, I would not have called all of that move. That's just keeping it 100% real with you, transparent. I like to be in and out, especially if I'm scalping, because I don't like to round trip. I don't like to see it come back to where I started. So like, I'm not this, I'm right here. So you see how the pink is a lot lighter, right? So I'm getting in, I'm getting out. These people are piling in late. They're at risk, I would say of getting touched in all the wrong ways. So you got to be very, very careful about being part of this liquidity here. What I prefer to see, and this is more of a preference, like if I'm really, looking at it taking a little bit higher capital play, I want to see this liquidity get hit. Then I'm interested in getting in, okay? So this is more like, let me mark this on my chart. So let's go to the chart, because I think that's about 64.9, if I remember correctly. We'll go and we'll look at it. So 64.9 right there. So what does that tie into? Is there any key levels around, that area that we can pay attention to? Let's go to the 4 hour. Since we're going to kind of zoom in on this. All right. So let's update. I just want to update the fixed range volume profile real quick. There you go. So what can we look for? So we have the bottom of this this channel that I have. Again, this goes back to 2021. I've been following that quite a bit. You got your value area low, you got a high volume area node. So to see price action come down and wick down into this region and take this liquidity off the table, but if it quickly reestablishes above, then I would be looking for a move up. Okay, so that's kind of how I would be approaching that. So wick down, takes the liquidity, comes back above the level, right? In this case, we're looking at the value area low. We're looking at the bottom of the channel here, this lower trend line, and the high volume area node, right? And you're gonna have to be careful because partially, the scary part with this, and this would be probably more of an intraday type trade, is you're running straight into the POC and you're really running into volume right here at about 67K. Okay, so again, I would prefer to take liquidity off the table. I don't want that underneath of me if I'm going to get into a position. That's just kind of silly business because there is a good statistical probability that it would come down and actually take that liquidity before ultimately making that move. So, if I like to see it off the table first. All right, a nice strong move back into the zone. Then I would say a bias would be looking for a long position. But again, I don't know how long you're going to be able to stay in this one just because you're running really into volume and a POC. You may have to wait on this one just a bit more, maybe to get over the POC and this high volume area node to really feel more comfortable about taking a long up to. I would say the value area high would probably be a decent little play there. So let's put a long position on it and let's see what we can do with this if we can. So that's about a 3.7% move up. I'm cool with that. And we leave this. So this is where it gets weird, right? Because you're going to be looking for a 3-to-1 or at least a 2-to-1. Problem being is it doesn't really cover you because of the wick would extend down. So again, that kind of puts you it kind of handcuffs you a little bit because the problem, again, you're going to be below probably this wick. It's going to wick down to take this liquidity down below. You would have to get it all the way back up to the value area high or the value area high. Problem is you're running straight into the POC there. I don't know how much conviction I would have around taking a play there. Not a long. I think my bias for taking a trade out of this range right now would actually probably lean towards a short. And the reason is it's a little bit cleaner. Let me go ahead and fix this. I think I just moved it. It's a little bit cleaner. Let's see here. That's going to be a little higher. Probably a little closer to about 70. So what I think I would prefer to see is a push up. Take the liquidity above this wick right here. Now you have all of this to work. You got the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. You do have a little bit of volume up there. You have the value area high, and you have, let's see, on the 4 hour, this is going to be the 200 SMA. So you have a lot of confluence right here where this arrow is. This arrow looks like a really good spot to keep an eye on in terms of some price action. So then what would you be looking for in terms of a move? I would say down to the POC of the range. I think this one I like a bit better. This one, let's align that with the liquidity and down to the POC. And there you go. That's giving you a nice 3-to-1. You can even front run that one a little bit. That's a nice 3% move and a 3 we'll just call it a 3 and some change. I do like this a little bit better. It's just a little bit cleaner. There's just a lot of junk going on here. Not saying that it can't play out. It probably could. But in terms of me having a little bit more clarity and just not, I mean, look at the confluence just in this, like, it's such a tight little zone where this is like, all right, you got the low of the trend, you got the trend line, you got the val low, and then you got the POC, and it's like bam, 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 but it's not tight. And then the volume, is kind of split there as well. So yeah, I think the short is probably what I would key in on. So what would you look for if we were to get this move up? This is where we start transitioning over to a terminal where you can see the order flow. Okay, so what I would be looking for, and I'm just moving this darn liquidity. Let me lock this real quick so I can stop. There we go. Lock it. Lock your fibs, fool. All right, so I would be looking for a nice wick just above that area, okay? So if you see a wick, that means, hey, selling pressure's coming in. Got it. Reestablish below the value area high. And then, a nice candle close down there. And then you're looking for that move back down to the POC. And you may be able to front run that a little bit. I mean, you could front run it. Like if you're looking only for a 2-to-1, you could front run it all the way here at about 68.2. If that's what all you want is a nice little 2-to-1. Or you could try and maybe you break it up. You could do a TP1 there. And then a TP2 at the POC. That's very reasonable to look for there. So let's slide this down just a little bit. Just a little bit. You're not going to be perfect. Let's be real. So there you go. So I like that. I like that. But what else do you need to look for? This is when, like I said, this is when we transition. And so you'll transition over to something like Market Monkey Terminal. I got a link in the description for that. Or I should at least. I'll double check. I do have an affiliate link with those guys now. So I would look for open interest initially as we're going in to that level. I would be looking for open interest to actually be going down. Okay. So this is open interest right here. What is open interest? They're opening positions essentially, right? So are they opening or are they closing is really the baseline understanding of that. Okay. That's a very simplistic way to put it. But if open interest is going down as we are approaching that level, that's good. That's something that you want to see. What does that mean? People are closing their positions. What are they doing? They're taking profits as we're reaching that zone. Okay, so if they're taking profits or they're covering themselves, whatever the case may be, but if they are closing their positions, that's kind of step one that I would be looking for. Now, what you could start to see is CVD starting to trend down. What does that mean? That shorts would be aggressive, okay? So if you're seeing that, this is more kind of like, I would say, one of the better setups. So you would see CVD starting to trend down. So they're positioning themselves for short. Doesn't necessarily mean that the price action is going to follow the CVD, okay? Price action could continue to push up. But as they're positioning themselves for the shorts and you see open interest going down, that's two little indicators for you that, hey, we could see a reversal once we interact with that level. At least that's the way I've been noticing it on the charts. Again, very simplistic. Obviously, we could talk about absorption and all those things, but I'm going to keep it simple. All right. So open interest going down, CVD, they're starting to position themselves for short or they're more aggressive. But the ultimate thing that you want to see is then once the price interacts with that level, you want to see these things, or not CVD, but you want to see open interest start to work its way up. What does that mean? Well, that means now not only are the shorts more aggressive or that they're aggressive, but it also means that people are opening shorts. Okay, so now they're starting to join the party with you. And that gives you a much better feeling. This is a beautiful trigger and validation for actually jumping in a trade. It's not just, hey, I see a key level anymore. I get to this level that's key and I just jump into it. It's I'm jumping in it and I got, a pretty good setup and I got a good trigger and validation that it could go my way and it could go your way because you're seeing it. You're seeing it actually on the exchange where people are kind of positioning with you. Now, it doesn't always work out, but I would tell you that statistically it has increased my probability. My hit rate surely has increased by using this as a tool when entering in these trades. It makes me feel a lot better about pulling the trigger on getting a trade. If you guys want to trade with me, you guys can come over to 2bit. Let's see if this works at least. There is a bonus going on right now, so you can share up to, you're not getting 3.5 million, but you can share a piece of that. So trade with me, save 20% here. Let me actually turn on the code here, TF save 20. Let me see if I can find it. No, why would I? There we go. There it is. Use that. Use that on 2bit. And trade with me. So that's saving you 20% on your fees too. So you get an opportunity to win some money. They're doing giveaways and all kinds of good stuff right now. But you can also save 20% on all of your trading fees. That is substantial. Let me tell you, that is very substantial. Can save you quite a bit of money, and that is perpetual. All right, so there's something to look at. I do like that. Now let's zoom out just a little bit, get a little feel for the macro here. Actually, let me take a picture. Let me take a picture, Mike. Anybody know Bad Boys 2? Take the picture. Take the picture. Let's see here. All right. Got a picture of that. I'll drop that in the Discord there. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Give you guys a nice big line in the sand here. All sets in the house. What up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so a little bit of a zoomed out look at things. 72 to 74 has not changed. I've been talking about this for, I feel like, a long time. A really long time. I mean, this goes back to February, so we're pushing a month. We're pushing a month where 72 to 74 has been a big line in the sand for me, because it was a line in the sand on the downside too. We got a beautiful breakout, really breakout retest, right? I mean, kind of substantial, but it dumped a dude, came back up and retested that level, and then, you know, worked down, and now we're consolidating. So that's kind of the name of the day. I would say consolidation. We're in a range. You can play the range for sure. You got the value high, the value low, very established, and price action supports those levels. You have the monthly pivot. You got the weekly pivot here, and those really, the weekly pivot aligns with the value area low, and the monthly pivot is just below the value area high. So definitely some very strong levels that are on the board right now, but I still think 72 to 74K is the line in the sand for me, 72 to 74K. And the reason for that is because if we break through with that, with any kind of conviction, you get a big candle that looks like this big green ding-a-ling right here. All right, get the big green ding-a-ling through the area here. You'll be looking for a potential breakout retest. All right, so come up, come down, retest, and then you look for continuation, move up. Now it's a little aggressive. It probably won't be that big, but here and over there, you got high volume here, as well as 0.5 on the daily. In terms of the Fibonacci retracement levels, you have the top of this little consolidation range here as well, all lining up at around 79K. So little breakout retest, that could be an opportunity for taking a position as well. Right here, when you come down and get your retest, again, you're gonna have to see buying pressure coming in. This is an opportunity. What do? Come back over to Market Monkey Terminal, whatever order flow or you want to use, whatever terminal you want to use. It doesn't matter to me. There's plenty of them out there. But when you come down for that retest, what do you want to see, right? And that's a really, really big piece of the pie. And I'm giving you everything right now. Like there's no holding back. There's no like, hey, come over to the Discord and actually learn how to trade crap. Like open interest goes up, CVD is going up on that retest. That's putting the probabilities in your favor. It's really, I'm not going to say it's that simple, but in terms of not just simply trading based on a breakout retest, you're getting some data that comes from the exchange to help you pull the trigger. I mean, that just helps you out, right? Like, and if you see CBD just like dumping through, and you see open interest like just, falling through, or you see open interest start to spike, but you still see CVD coming down on that retest, then I would say probably, pump the brakes. Because it can come back down and just go right back down into the zone. That is very much on the table, and that's something that you're going to have to look for. And that's part of the game. That fine minute, a couple minutes of where you have a decision point to pull the trigger or not based on the data that you're being presented. And it can look vastly different. And that's one of the things that you got to get a little bit more familiar with. And the more time you spend with looking at some of the order flows in conjunction with, finding these key levels, it will make it, I'll say easier for you. Yeah, but it's like anything. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And so what I would recommend, if you guys have no experience with order flow or using CVD or open interest, do not use TradingView, by the way, for that. TradingView is great for marking up your charts. It's phenomenal. It's quick. No issue with that. But if you want to get, any kind of like order flow, if you're looking at sell walls, or any kind of, order block or any of that, I would suggest using Market Monkey Terminal for that, and then using CVD and open interest, because again, you're getting real data. You're not, so TradingView derives it from price action and volume, where the Market Monkey Terminal is deriving it from the exchange. Even though some of it's aggregate here nor there, they're still pulling that information from the exchange. So cool. That's that. Couple things to look for: 72 to 74K. Let's see, bottom side. Of course, you're gonna have some liquidity down here as well. So You have some liquidity down here that will clear out pretty much most of the liquidity if we come back down to this zone here. There's definitely going to be some at about 60 just because of that was the swing low. So don't ever be surprised to see that, right? But it's like, is it worth chasing? Let's see what the heat map is actually saying on the higher time frames. If we can even get down there. Let's look at the monthly. See if it's worth it. Sometimes it's not. Yeah, this is dark. So that may not be worth it. When you zoom out, I mean, shit, the liquidity is really to the top side. When you zoom out. That's interesting. And look, setting level of support, going into a move, pushing up to 70. What is it, 71.4? Man, see, that aligns. That would freaking align, man. I'm talking about, what, 72 to 74? You would clear out most of the liquidity on the monthly time frame and then push back down into the range. That would be pretty realistic. Pretty realistic. Nice little fake out, push up to 72 to 74K. Gets all the liquidity off the table. People get excited. Longs come in, right? Because a lot of retail doesn't really understand. All they know is that price is going up. People are getting excited, think everything's all good, all Gucci, just for them to dump it on your face. And what happens? All these long positions, the people that were late to the game, they're going to get trapped, and then it pushes back down. And these trades or traders that are up here around 70 and above, 70 to 72, they're trapped, right? And then some of those are going to exit after a while because they're just like, I don't want to be down. I don't want to sit here in this position while it consolidates or ranges down here. Understanding that the structure right now would actually lean towards bearish anyways, they may end up closing their position. So it's definitely something to pay attention to in terms of, hey, where's the liquidity at? It looks like the bulk of the liquidity on the higher time frames is actually to the upside. So I don't know that the incentive is really down here to go back down to 60K and see a wick down there and see like a SFP swing failure pattern down in that range. I don't know if that's there. I think the actual, it's probably more likely to the top side. It's more likely to the top side. It's just, does like everything that's going on in the world support that? So that's something, I think that everything that's going on is kind of what's pushing us down right now without talking about that too much. So let's look at USDT dominance, see what we got going on here. Inverse relationship, we know that. Yeah, it's ranging as well. You are starting to build some support down here. Let's go ahead and box it off a little bit. We'll take candle closes. But yeah, you're starting to range. Starting to range here. Definitely building a little bit of support there. So inverse relationship, inverse correlation comes down. You may be looking for a bounce out of that zone at about 7.6. So start thinking about that, especially if this comes down, right? USDT dominance comes down to this area at about 7.6, and you're expecting maybe a little bit of a bounce, and that correlates to Bitcoin, pushing back up. Where's it at that time? And that's something that you want to pay attention to. Let's go back to the 4 hour. That's something you want to pay attention to. Are we sitting around here when that happens? Or are we sitting around here at the 618 at 72K? And if you're sitting at either one of those two zones and you're looking at USDT dominance and there's potentially an area of support, the expectation would be maybe a little bounce. And if there's a bounce there, that means inverse for Bitcoin. All right, look at the total market cap. Kind of, again, consolidation. Kind of stuck in this range right now. We would like to see it break this level here. All right, little level of resistance here at about 2.4 trillion. That does coincide with the 618 in terms of a Fibonacci retracement from the low, or correction from the high to the low. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit to work through. You do want to get over top of the 200 SMA on the 4 hour. I don't know how valid that's going to be, but you do have this high volume area node here, right there. So opportunity to kind of hold up. But again, this is what I don't like. It's just when you really zoom out, you start to see this kind of stair step. Range, stair step down, range, stair step down, range. What's the next move? And that's why, I would say being conservative right now is probably the right thing to do. And if you get a change of character, if you get, breakout of this current range right here, and you finally see something different, finally shows us something different. And when I say breakout, I mean like truly get above, not just a wick up, not just come up here and have a little bit of manipulation before it reestablishes the range. Like, I mean, get up, break out, like a nice big, impulse move through the zone, and then retest and then look for that move up. That would make you feel a lot better about some of the other assets as well. Again, you can find some confluence between the charts sometimes, especially with the total market cap, USDT dominance, and Bitcoin. So just keep an eye on it. But if you're getting up to a key level, right? Let's say you do break out, of this zone right here, this area of resistance, this horizontal that we got going on. That could make you feel a little better about taking a long position. And then let's say you look at USDT dominance and we actually lose, the golden pocket right now, the 6.6, and get below the 200 SMA for USDT dominance. That's going to make you feel a lot better about maybe going back down to the 0.786, right? So again, just kind of cross check. I don't say you don't have to, but it's not going to hurt you to cross check some of these other charts just to see if you have confluence. It just another piece of data for yourself if you're getting into a trade. All right, so I beat up all of that. It's good enough for government work. Let's see what we got going on. With normal bear CVD, you want OI down. With bearish absorption, you want CVD up, so positions not being able to break a level. Yeah, DDT, man. He knows his stuff, dude. Deborah, what up? And we got my man B Team Crypto. How you doing, bro? Good to see you. TradeFly makes the day fly. You know it. All right. Alrighty, let's see. Let's look at Ethereum. I've been giving that a lot of love here recently. So yeah, I was looking for a potential short here. I was hoping that you will get a push up in price action. You are getting a sitting level of support though. Sitting level of support, but it looks like the 200 SMA is coming down pretty aggressively. Was hoping for it to kind of round out and join up with where the golden pocket was, adding a little bit of confluence. Unfortunately, aggressive to the downside, and it kind of lined up with a 0.5 a little bit quicker. So you did get that rejection, just not in the place that I was hoping for. But yeah, it's working. It's trying. Let's go. I think I don't know about keeping it now. You can see the last time I did TA on it, it was down here. Let's go ahead and move this out. Got to bounce off the POC. That's cool. That's Gucci, but this might be dead. Let's see. I think we can get rid of that horizontal now because you got the 618 right in that zone. You could get a trade, but I think you're only coming back down to the 200 SMA value area high. And I have mine on 60, so it's a little bit tighter. If I were to put it on 70, it'd probably be pretty much right there would be my guess. Right about where the 200 SMA is. What would that look like? Let's say we just push up to the 0.66. And then we're looking for a move back down to the 200 SMA where the 0.5 is located. So you get a 2-to-1, and that's a 3 point. That's respectable. That's definitely respectable. And it would take the liquidity. I actually like that. I do like that. Got to be flexible as things move to you. But I would say there is there's definitely some pressure for Ethereum right now. Pushing to the upside. Argument to be had if this turns into horizontal, right? Ascending triangle. Do have a higher probability statistically to break to the upside. That is just a fact at this point. So it's one of my only, I'm not a big pattern guy. One of the few that I will pay attention to are ascending and descending triangles though. Those I do pay attention to. And maybe it's just me, but what I have taken note of, at least mentally, is that they do have a higher percentage probability of breaking to whatever direction the trend line is pushing them. Now, one of the things I will do sometimes too is I will trade it. Like if they break out of these trends, right? You get stuck in a trend like that and you see a break to the downside, like I will definitely take a trade in the opposite direction, but that's after I see that break very clearly. Let's download this. Drop that one in the old Discord as well. I do like this though. Reason I like it is, liquidity from here to here. No, it's really, that pretty much cleared it. No, there's a little bit. There's a teeny tiny bit. But you know that there's definitely liquidity from here to here. There's no doubt about that. What am I talking about? From here to here. I mean, really, it goes down. But let's just concentrate on this area. All right, so we know we have liquidity there. So a nice push up. You may not get much of a push, and this actually would increase your risk to reward. I'm just giving like worst case, right? Worst case scenario is it pushes up to the 0.66. This is just like a baseline of like, okay, is this something we would be interested in? Is this something we should look for? I would say, yeah, keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Mark it on your charts. About $2,146 for Ethereum. Mark that on your charts. And then if you interact with that level, then you start to observe. And you see, do we get a nice strong wick that looks like this? All right, so let's mark this on the chart real quick. There you go. You get something that pushes up and you see a nice little wick like that, starts coming back down into the zone, and you get a candle close down here, might be worth a flyer. What can you do? Again, go over to the order flow. Look at that. Look at CBD, look at open interest. Is that aligning with you? Are you seeing open interest go up, and are you seeing CBD go down in this case? And that would let you know that people are piling into shorts with you, right? So that would be good. And if you're up here and you're sitting around, obviously you're going to see some different things here. You can see some divergence as well. As DDT was talking about, you'll see absorption. But yeah, I'll save that for another day. Maybe we'll just do a video that kind of goes through all of those different scenarios, because open interest is very nuanced. There is a lot of different things that you can see with the open interest, and it can really mess with you a little bit. I think I mentioned it before, but you can take whatever you have. Like if you're looking at one of these order flows or these terminals, you literally see a little camera button here. You copy this puppy. That's simple. And post it. Post it in whatever you like to use in terms of AI. Let me show you. Let me bring it up on. Give me 1 second here. We're going to do this together, just so I can show you like what I'm talking about. Sorry, you're going to see this pop out a little bit. All right, here we go. Let's do a new chat. There we go. Let's bring this over. Oh, come on, you can do it. There we go. Okay, so we copied that. Let's go ahead and post it in Grok. All right, Grok. Now, you will have to kind of give it prompts based on what you're looking at. Let's say that you're looking for like a short or a long in the current position, or, as it's approaching a key level, or as it's approaching a Fibonacci retracement level. I would recommend, hey, take what you got on TradingView. If you have one of those key levels, post that in here as well. But it's simple. Like, I won't say it's simple, but Grok will help you with understanding what you're seeing in terms of like absorption, or a level to look at for. It'll even tell you sometimes like, hey, like you should be looking at this level, and if you get this reaction, do this. If you get this reaction, do that. Good area to have a stop loss. Good area for take profit would be here and here, and I'll give you something to look at as well. It may not align with what you're looking at. Say the current price action, and please analyze the current OI and CBD in conjunction with price action. So let's see what Grok says. boring moment here, sorry. But what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're trying to learn this, it's a really good way. It's a really good way to learn. Now, I will say that these AI, OpenAI, ChatGPT, they're very conservative. It's not going to tell you to pull the trigger. A lot of times, you're going to have to do it on your own, but it will at least tell you, like, hey, like, you're seeing, based on the open interest in CBD, you're seeing some absorption in this area, and you just keep updating it. You just keep posting, and then, like, when you run out of tokens or credits or whatever, just move over to the next one. Go over to Gemini, go over to ChatGPT, and just use all your tokens, like, on each different one, if you need, like, just constantly, like, peppering this thing, because you're trying to learn. So here you go. Let's see. Current price action. Yep, cool. Got it. Got it. Overview. All right. This chart shows recent volatility with a clear downtrend. Price peaked. Got it. Don't really care about that. Consolidation. Downtrend. Yep. Cool. Overall structure indicates bearish pressure. Potential testing support around 68. Cool. Let's look at open interest and CBD. That's more important to us. All right, here we go. Let's look at this. Bottom left is trending downward sharply with annotated arrow highlighting the decline. This drop in open interest during a price down move typically signals position closures. All right, so there you go. It's telling you, like, what is this actually indicating? So if you're looking at it, you go back, you look at it, cool. And, like, I know, don't pay attention to this because we were talking about a different scenario. I was just drawing things out. But yes, open interest is clearly trending down. Now, this is its first little kind of wake-up call to be like, hey, there could be a little change here. This is the way I would observe this, is like, clearly down. Now it's trying. Okay, so we got a couple, higher highs here, obviously smaller time frames, and a little bit of, horizontal, but is it going to be able to push up and set another high? If so, that would change the narrative for me a little bit, right? So that's something you need to observe. Like, okay, cool. Overall, down. Got it. I agree. But what is it doing right now here on the near term? That's something you want to pay attention to. And then CBD. What's CBD doing? Well, it looks like the CBD is actually kind of working its way up, at least within this current range. Let's see what it says about CBD. So let's go back to Grok and let's move it down. All right, there we go. Chart showing a steep downward trajectory, another arrow annotated. Oh, so that's my arrow. It might have bit off on my arrows. CBD measures net volume. Cool, yep, got it. And negative trend. Cool, this has accumulated net negative 7K. All right, so let's go back. We'll look at that. I don't know what it's biting off on something incorrect, for sure. Not the case. It is not net negative 7K. There's no doubt about that. So looks like it's biting off on it. Maybe we go to ChatGPT. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. But anyways, it usually works. Of course, the minute I try to use it, it does whatever it does. That's the issue with AI. So anyways, again, you can use it. Obviously, safety, backstop, double check it. But it should be able to tell you, hey, CBD is doing this, open interest is doing this. This is what it means with the current price action. That's the long story short. This is the, goodness gracious. So you got definitely some volume there. What, it's 69.5. 69.5. You got some sell side pressure. There's no doubt about that. If it pushes up anywhere from like 69 to 70K. Interesting. So other thing you can find on this as well, like this is the order, the heat map. So what that is showing you right now is some of the passive orders that are sitting on the books right now. These are, you won't see them get filled all the time. However, they still do work. And when I say that, you'll find these areas where, like, sometimes, like, you'll kind of get blocked in, right? You'll have an order block to the top, you'll have an order block to the bottom here, and you'll see that when the range, is established. And that's where a lot of times you're going to see some price action. And so as you see these kind of darker reds, at least on my chart, that means it's above, I believe 500 is what I have it said. It could be 600. I think it's 600 actually. So like again, so this means that there's passive orders, right, on the books right now. So if you do get some kind of divergence with price action, CBD working its way up, open interest starts to work its way up, that would be a nice little opportunity to see a bounce out of that area. That's something you'd be looking for. Then what else has happened? They're taking liquidity off the table, and those orders are just sitting there. And I'll tell you what I have noticed quite a bit with using the order flow is that the orders, the passive orders, will many times align with where you'll see the bulk of liquidity. So that's something for you to pay attention to. Who else we got in here? We got my man Squid in the house. What up, dude? Shorts taking profit or longs covering. Yeah. I don't know at what point what I was talking about. We got a House of Trades in here. What up, man? Good to see you in here as well. Thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate you. And of course, my dude, Army Piper. What up, bro? I love you, man. Hope all is well with you. The legend Army Piper. Don't damn me. Oh, you're my dude. You're my dude. All right. If y'all don't know, if you don't know, Piper is the dude, man. He's the one that gave me an opportunity to start doing this and get my name out there. Got me on with Keeper on that trading. Was it Trading Wars? I believe it was. He got me on that show. And Piper Academy for the win, bro. It was me, OC, and I think it might have been Bullish in the finals. But hey, Piper Academy was repping hard, man. We were repping hard. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think we had a trade. Oh yeah, you guys are up a whopping 1%. Look at you go. That's a 20x leverage play, and we're up 1%. Talk about not getting some movement. Let's look at the 3-minute. Interesting. So you had a nice little uptrend there. Trend going up. And now it's resistance, and you have a little horizontal there as well. I'm gonna close that one out. Actually, let me see. Let's go over to, yeah. Look at CVD starting to come down. We'll close that out. All right. Get that out of the way. Ain't doing nothing. It's being boring. We got 1250. Let's go back over to the charts here. Let's look at Cardano. It's been getting its ass kicked, I think, today. We'll take a look at that real quick, and then we're going to get out of here. Do. Yeah, man. Fuck. This was the jam right here, man. Look at that. This is the classic accumulation, boop, manipulation, distribution. Bam. Classic, man. And at the point, I don't want to update this yet. All right, we already had this box kind of identified. But value area high was sitting up there. SFP, I mean, that was the recipe. That was a recipe, man, for a short on Cardano. No doubt about it. But it is trying to stay in the range. It's doing that at least. If it ain't doing anything, it's trying to stay in there. Cardano just getting its ass beat. It's crazy. It's getting a lot of heat, man. Recently. Look at that. It's fallen. Yikes. That's crazy, man. I've started building up some spot on Cardano. That might have been a bad move. Might have been a bad move. May have to hedge against it, which I should have done a long time ago. This was the area I said I should have hedged and I didn't. That kicked my ass. Yeah, Cardano, I mean, like, if you're looking, like, for longer term holds, you're definitely, I mean, look at it. Look at the gap here in the volume. Not surprised to see that quick move down. But getting back above 35 to 36 for Cardano, I wouldn't be really interested in taking a position on Cardano. Like, and it's something if you're going to hold it until we get back above that zone. And then you'll probably see something like that, right? And, you know, you'll fart around in here. And then, you know, hopefully you move back up, you know, to about 47. That's all I'm banking on. I get up to 47 and I'll make probably about $15,000 on the position I have with Cardano, but I got to get back up. And I think it will ultimately. It just might be a while. You know, I might have to wait till Q3, maybe later of this year. I just hope Cardano doesn't go, you know, tits up on me totally, but we'll see. I've done dumber things. It's been getting its ass kicked. Yeah. Dude, it's been getting its ass kicked since, what, 2022, 23? That's one of the things that I was talking to people about because, you know, we have that conversation about investing in Bitcoin or some of the altcoins, right? And, you know, there's people that love Cardano. There's people that love Cardano. But where's Bitcoin at, right? Like 2021 highs. 2021 highs. We are not even $1,000 off the 2021 highs right now for Bitcoin. Where are we at for Cardano? Let's just take it from here. We are 90% down. 90% down off the 2021 highs. So that's the same argument I have with Ethereum is the same that I'm going to have with Cardano, AVAX. I mean, and I like AVAX. I would say the only thing that has somewhat held up, what's Solana? Solana's held up somewhat. Even though it's off its highs now. But it did at least get back up to its highs. I think it set a new high too, if I remember correctly this year. But not in parallel, not proportional to Bitcoin. And that's why it's the better asset if you're going to hold it. Yes, you can get big gains, you know, if you're buying here and we get lucky and something happens with the Cardano and it just shoots to the roof. Yes, I understand that, but I just see it more as a gamble. It doesn't seem like a real good investment. So therefore your allocation in terms of capital should be a lot less. A lot less. You know, the $10,000 you're willing to put in Bitcoin, you know, I probably would put maybe a tenth of that. And I don't mean 10 of that 10,000, but like, you know, just, I wouldn't be putting a lot of capital into something like this. It hasn't shown you anything yet. What else we got? We got Doge. Dogecoin millionaire is not a millionaire. He is driving Uber. Let's see here. Yeah, we had a buy zone. It just ripped right through that buy zone too. I think a big piece of this too was this October 10th event. That really changed a lot, but you're at a significant level. Let me turn off the pivots. You're at a significant level for Doge. That is one of your higher volume nodes like on the table. I mean, that extends all the way out to here. That beats everything else by a long shot. So you got a really high volume area node, and you can just see the horizontals. I mean, just where does price react to a level? So I'm just looking at it. Let's do this. Let's do this. Take the current price action out of it. So I'm looking right here. All right. You got a nice bounce, high volume area node. All right. And then we look, you see this is where the 200 was. You got some more price action. Let's go ahead and just put like a little box. So we'll take it right from this touch here And then I'm going to look at the bottom of there. Bottom. Okay, cool. Now let's kind of look at that. Yep, it was resistance. Cool. Just kind of bouncing around in that zone a little bit, but ultimately, this seems to be a level that it respects. This seems to be a level that you see price action react to. You know, between, it looks like about 6 and some change to about 8. So then we pull that out. And we say, all right, cool. Let's mark that. And look where it wicked right off. Right here. That's why I like horizontals. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to hold up, but that tells you that there was willing buyers sitting there. There's no doubt about it. That wick, pretty strong, shows you, hey, there's willing buyers. Obviously, when it came down here on 10th, there was willing buyers. But now it's just a matter if that thing holds. But I like having all that volume there. That's usually a good sign. But man, this is tough because the trend is just trending down. You want to see it go horizontal at least. And there's a lot of times that you'll see that. It's not always, you know, V-shaped or a bounce and it just goes back up to the moon. Like there's a lot of times where you'll see things just kind of consolidate before ultimately one more wick down takes what liquidity's down here that has built up below the range, and then you see that move up. And I would say right about here would be a pretty reasonable move up for Doge. And that's reasonable, right? It's not trying to call us going back up to 24 cents. It's not trying to call 20 cents or anything crazy, even back up to the buy zone, which I think is a very clear area of a horizontal level. But here nor there, a move out of this zone back up to the top of this range, that I'll buy. I'm not saying I'm buying Doge, but I mean, in terms of like, is it probable? Then I would say, yeah, it's a probable move. That's a 30% move. So that would give you a 2-to-1. That would even leave it open for, you know, coming down, clearing the liquidity, which is down 15%. So understand that that's a spot. That would be a spot position for sure. I would not use any leverage with that. But I mean, that gives you a 2-to-1, and I think that's very, very realistic. Actually, you know what? Let me put that back on there. I don't know if I'm going to post that one. I don't know that I necessarily like that one a lot, but it's definitely probable. Put you just below the wick there. Yeah, I mean, you're 3-to-1, definitely in play. Definitely in play. Bring all this back in there. Once this updates, yeah, there you go. So you got all that volume there as well. Yeah, that's something to keep an eye on there for Doge, for sure. But then, I mean, just to the contrary, if it pushes back up to that, then you flip that thing. You flip a bitch on that, and then you look at a potential short once it pushes back up to the top of the range. So right now, you do have some, I don't know, you got an opportunity to hold up. We'll see. We shall see at about, said about 8.5 cents or so. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got going on in here. Let's see. We should talk to the Kurds that go in and lead Iran people to take over the country. Bruh. I am staying out of that. Andrew Cameron he said dead chain, nothing on it. Yeah, dude, I mean, you could be right, man. House is on my naughty list. Uh-oh. I'm not getting in the middle of that. Sold all my alts in January 2025 and moved it into BTC. Yeah, you've done well, man. Piper, you made a lot of good calls. So I try to push people over to you, but The people don't listen, man. I guess because you're not waving a gun and saying, buy the most obscure freaking coins known to man. It's not must not be entertaining enough. Seems like a lot of the people that really know how to do TA don't get a lot of love on YouTube. But anyways. Yeah. Hopium and shitcoins. Yeah. Buy this new shitcoin that they paid me to shill for you guys. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. That's our hour. Definitely had a couple setups to look for on Bitcoin. Looks a little bit at Doge, Cardano, USDT dominance as well as what else do we look at? Total market cap, I believe. So yeah, man, big thing. Definitely take a look at the order flow and look at some of these terminals. Like I said, Market Monkey terminal is pretty dope. I would highly recommend going over there. The one that I have is free. So, I mean, everything that you see there with open interest CBD, you can have access to for free. There's also, I think, Kayotaka. If you guys want to use that, that's .ai. That one's free as well. Looks prettier, but I think Market Monkey terminal is probably a little bit more reliable for the way I trade, which is funny because it only presents a 5-minute chart for me, but it just seems like it's more accurate than even the 1-minute chart for Kayotaka. I don't know if it's the way it's aggregated or the way it's pulled from the exchanges. I have no idea, but I just seem to have more success with MMT. So I do bounce back and forth every once in a while. But yeah, I would say check those things out, man, and just take it, learn, bring it over to whatever AI platform you're using. I typically use ChatGPT. And it does pretty well. It does pretty well with kind of breaking it down and be like, hey, this is kind of what it's indicating right now based on what open interest in CBD is doing. It's a really, really great way to learn. So that is that. With that being said, I hope everyone has a great day. Come on over to the Discord. I'm over in Alex's as well, so come over there. I got some links for that. Definitely. It's a really good Discord over there. So most of you guys, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. And with that, I am out. As always, trade safe. Be safe. I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.